When immigrants arrive to Canada, they face many challenges of adaptation. Dr. Alex, we would like to ask you the most popular questions from our audience. The first one is, what are the immediate steps newcomers should take upon arriving in Canada to ensure a smooth transition?
Well, smooth transition depends on many factors. Thank you for asking it, Maria, because people sometimes arrive without fully understanding where they're going to. They're going to Canada, and Canada is a north country. Sometimes people arrive, we have experience like that, actually, it's kind of interesting, but the person from Africa never saw snow in his life and arrived in the middle of December in a snowstorm. Well, with good preparation, he could probably plan better. And smooth transition obviously depends on preparation. Thanks to internet, a lot of resources available. Government sent pre-arrival letter, multiple suggestions people can get from the community up front, because people connected these days. And I think smooth transition to Canadian life depends on smooth understanding of Canadian values.
How can immigrants access essential services such as healthcare, housing, and education after their arrival to Canada?
Well, thanks to services that Canadian government provides, and people have to remember, Canadian government provide service for immigrants essentially in collaboration with local, provincial, and municipal governments. And those layers of governments provide different support. Some of them organize courses, some of them organize some grants and some special support system for immigrants, let's say women who would like to start business. Many initiatives exist. And again, what I recommend people to do is to connect with immigrant services even before they land in Canada, because some resources can be located a little bit farther away from the place where they originally live, which makes the use of those services slightly inconvenient if you don't have a car yet, if you don't know how to get public transit. So simple suggestion is to research the area where you're going to live, at least try to see community services surrounding that potential place of living, and then initial stage will be absolutely stressless because you know where to go, and definitely connect with as many organizations on the ground as possible. But sometimes even banks provide some explanations or your prior counsel. Many clients coming to us and asking for advice after landing, and we have to provide that. So, yeah.
What the resources are available to help immigrants to learn about Canadian culture?
Well, learn about Canadian culture is a very good question, because we always say this is different than any other country in the world in the sense of diversity. Canadian society is uniquely constructed from different cultures, and this is a big difference, for example, from monocultural societies. If you go to certain countries, you definitely see one culture, one religion, one history. But many countries, and Canada is one of those few in the world where culture plays an incredible role. And what separates Canada from US, for example, US is known to be a melting pot. So technically you come into US, it's expected that you will be like American very soon, otherwise you kind of feel yourself a little bit awkward. In Canada, probably by accident, because I don't know, it was done on purpose. It's a very young country, and that's why cultures coexist here, religions coexist here. People found themselves very comfortable because they have basically answer to their questions in their own languages, own food, stores, services at the bank, for example. So those things maintained and supported in Canada, which makes Canada basically one of the best destinations for immigrants from all over the world.
Dr. Alex, could you please outline some common challenges that immigrants face during their initial period in Canada?
Well, I already mentioned one, picking the wrong weather to move. And it's really challenging because if you never saw snow and you come in and it's -20, you have to be very patient for that. And challenges can be from unexpected, like for example, people go to the bank and say, oh, you don't have this service, we have it in my home country. And by the way, this is a very good point because people can get frustrated very fast, and that's what we tell them. Try to understand how this system works before you claim that this system is not working, because it works. People live here somehow, survive, and build families, build their own future, open businesses. Somehow they survive. Just first, probably advice, Maria, I would probably say, and I hope you agree, because we all immigrants in a sense here, first or second generation, and definitely we encourage people to listen and observe and absorb. Don't try to impose your own standards on something that existed before you come here. Because if you try to do that, you will never be accepted and you will never accept the reality. But if you're flexible, open to the new culture, new experience, curious, definitely you will find your place, and that will make your transition into Canadian society, culture, much smoother and much easier.
What are the options available for immigrants who wish to continue their education or upgrade their skills after arriving?
Very good question, Maria. Thank you very much for asking, because 99% of people we particularly serve are business immigrants, so they very self-sufficient and they already achieve the desired level of education and desired level of well, I guess, achievements in life, career. They know what they want, but about 50% of them come into us with that question. Very good question, by the way, because you don't have to be a lifelong learner. You just need to be able to open yourself to new opportunities if that's what you kind of envision for yourself, for your family. We have people who started new career here, and we like it because sometimes you come in here and your set of skills not perfectly suitable for current Canadian environment, maybe current economy, maybe economy change and the world change while you were in transition. And people sometimes come in and they learn something and they surprise themselves that it's something they were thinking about for a while, and now they can do that. In terms of support, you have to remember, once you're here, I guess what Canadians know by definition of being Canadian and knowing about this from school, but Canadian systems support grants, like educational grants, and support multiple initiatives. If you want to explore something like small business, have special programs, small business administration, definitely provincial level helps, municipal level helpful as well. I personally discovered recently that my community center next to my house actually have unique programs I would love to learn something about. And it's not just dancing or I don't know, something else, but we're talking about something very useful in life, and maybe improving your skills will fall into that category. So resources are here. All you need to do is just open your mind and open your heart and just try to see interest, and then you definitely will find something that will satisfy it.
Thank you, Dr. Alex.
Thank you very much, Maria.